So have you got your driving test in Llantrisant down in South Wales? If you do, this video is going to be a big help while preparing for your driving test. I'm about to take a route which covers multiple types of roads, and we're going to be following Sat Nav. And the Sat Nav also gives us a bit of a reroute towards the end, so it'll give you a bit of help on how to adjust when you're on your driving test if the Sat Nav gives you the wrong information. The types of roads we're going to be covering are narrow back roads, a lot of roundabouts, mini roundabouts, big roundabouts. We've also got a stop junction in the middle of the test route, and a lot of students actually fail on the test route. And if you watch to that point, which I'll put as timestamp down below, I'll explain exactly why people fail on stop junctions. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of meeting situations as well. So there's a lot going on. Watch to the end, and hopefully this will give you better insights to what's actually needed while you're on your driving test. The Sat Nav route is from our sponsor today, which is RouteBuddy, and RouteBuddy supplies driving test routes to prepare you for your driving test right across the country, and I'll put the links down in the description below, but I'll talk a little bit more about RouteBuddy further in the video. So the driving test centre is just behind me here on the left hand side, and as you come out of the driving test centre, you're on a 30-mile-an-hour road and you're confronted with some traffic lights. Now I'm going to move away here when it's safe to do so, and nothing's going to move until the traffic lights change. So I'm going to move away, and we're going to be going left at the traffic lights. So mirrors, signals. I've already crossed the stop line, so I couldn't stop there. Bit of a glitch on the camera then, do apologise. So as we come out of the driving test centre, we're confronted with a dual carriageway. It's a 40-mile-an-hour dual carriageway, and we got traffic lights on it. So there's a lot of things going on. So we've got multiple lanes, faster traffic, traffic lights, and there's a roundabout coming up ahead. Now, if the cameras do give me problems today, it's because of the heat. The car's registering nearly 40 degrees today. I've got the aircon on. I don't want it to be on too loud because I don't want it to affect the video too much. So moving away then, traffic lights still on green here now, so I'm just checking around just in case they do change. And when I get to the roundabout, I'm going to be turning right, third exit. So I will need to consider changing lanes as I get a little bit closer. And I can see that the roundabout is also traffic light controlled. So I'm going to start thinking about changing lanes now. So mirrors, signals, shoulder check. And I got road markings. So this is telling me to go straight ahead. This one's telling me to go right. Because I'm turning right, I'm going to go for the right lane. I'm just going to check just in case somebody's jumping the red lights. I'm going to follow the road around. It's going to push me out, and this lane is going to push me out in the right hand. So mirrors, signals. Check my left mirror. Check my shoulder as well because the lanes are merging. So there's a bit of a spiral roundabout there, so just be aware. You could have actually used the lane to my left then as you actually approached it, and that would have pushed you off in the left-hand lane. Would an examiner mark you down for using the right lane? Road markings is saying use the right lane, so they probably wouldn't. But what I'd say is, if you are taking lessons in this area, make sure that you do have professional driving lessons off an instructor, because they'll give you the best possible information on things like that. We're going straight ahead on this roundabout. Done my mirrors, done my speed, got my position. Don't need signals until I come off the roundabout. And I'm just following mirrors, signals, and I can see we're going onto a 50 road. I'm not going to pick my speed up yet. Now I'm going to pick my speed up. So straight up to 36, it's 41. And we've got a nice sweeping bend here. So with a sweeping bend, it's always good just to come out towards the white line a little bit so you can see further. And when it goes to the right, just check your left mirror and just come back to the left a little bit. So I'm doing 47 on a 50 road. Sat Nav may give you a slightly different speed because that works on GPS. I'm just going to come off the gas pedal now because I'm starting to catch people up. And up ahead, I've got another run, but I can see the sign well in front of the Curry's lorry. And looking at my Sat Nav, I'm going to be taking the first exit to the left. So I'm already checking my mirrors. I'm going back into a 30 zone so I can come off the gas a little bit more. So because I'm going into a 30 zone and approaching the roundabout and coming down the hill, I'm just going to change the gear. So I'm in third gear. Gentle brake as I come around. The vehicle's coming from the right. So I'm going to pick first gear. Red vehicle coming round. Camper van coming round. Now a Peugeot van coming round so I can go after that. New road, new mirror checks, new hazards. 30 zone. So we're just going to follow this road now. And we're heading out towards Llantrisant Road. It's telling me I've got to turn right here. So mirrors, got my position, signal. So when you're looking at Sat Nav coming around that bend, this comes up quite quick. And we've also got this right turn, which we just passed on the right hand side, which could be a little bit deceiving. And you might turn down it by mistake, so just be careful. Everything's all stopping up there. Cancel my signal. Still in the 30 zone. And I'm doing 27. So whenever you get sunny conditions like we got today, and it's really, really hot. Car's actually registering 41 now. When you get these sunny conditions, be aware that when you go in underneath trees, that you will get like a strobe-like effect on the windscreen, and it could be a little bit distracting and it could cause you a few issues. Roundabouts going straight ahead, mirrors, signal to come off. So, as you can see now, as you come through these trees, I'm not sure if the camera's doing it, but you probably see like a flickering effect on the windscreen. Okay, I've got a sign in the trees back there saying that there's traffic lights. I'm checking around. Here's the traffic lights. Following the road straight ahead. Into a 20 zone. So I'm going to put it back into second gear, just so I've got a little bit more control of my speed. I've got a pedestrian crossing here, one of the things which confuses learners when they're on driving lessons is working out if it's a pedestrian crossing or it's traffic lights. If you're unsure, look at the road markings. Any pedestrian crossings will have zigzag lines and traffic lights will have straight lines on approach. It's the quickest and easiest way to recognise what the traffic lights are for. So looking at my sat nav, I'm not going to be turning off anyway now for another mile. I thought that vehicle was going to turn then. Try not to give false signals. A false signal could cause an issue on a driving test. So although this road is quite wide, it could actually cause issues if there's large vehicles coming towards it. So keep checking your mirrors as you're going around vehicles. Right to come out, left to come in. If you think you've got to slow it down, make sure that you're checking your rear view as well. I'm going to wait here because it's not my priority and I don't have a little conflict in the middle. Right mirror to come out. Then I'm going to tuck back in but stay right next to the white line to see if people are going to move. I can get on this one. My speed's dropped down to 14 miles an hour just to make sure it's safe to actually come through this traffic. Left to come back in. Now I can pick my speed up just a little bit now just to get back to the speed limit. So zigzags on these traffic lights, and if you look towards the next set of traffic lights, they've got straight lines. So that was pedestrian crossing, this is traffic lights. So this is controlling traffic, that's helping pedestrians. Keep scanning around. And what a lot of people don't understand with traffic lights, it's a little box on the floor which looks like just a run of tar on top of the tarmac. That's the sensor for the traffic lights. So if you don't hit that sensor, the traffic lights don't know you're there. Make sure that you get right up to the stop line to make sure that the lights do know that you are there. And I can see an issue here being that people just want to go a lot faster than what the speed limit is. And it's an easy mark to pick up on your driving test. Thinking that you should be going a lot faster, feeling pressurized by other vehicles. I'm just going just a little bit too fast. We've got the police on the left with a radar camera, checking for people, doing the speeds. So traffic lights, checking behind again. Not going to change. Coming over to my left, so I've got to go through the yellow box. Centre there is for vehicles turning up the hill. And vehicles a moment ago where I was talking about the feeling pressurized into going just a little bit faster. The vehicles behind were actually quite close, but as soon as they saw the police officer on the left, they actually slowed it right down. They're leaving a load of space now. We turn in left here, so mirrors and signals. So we're heading towards Upper Church Village. Can't see any speed signs or anything to my left, but I'm going to recheck when I turn just to make sure that I know what the speed limits are. If I don't see any speed signs, then I know that it's still 20 miles an hour. Vehicles seem to be moving freely up the hill. No not going to change it in a second yet because I know it's a hill and I know I've got to come round a bend. So no speed signs. This route so far is actually quite a nice route. It's a bit deceiving in places for the speed limits, but it's actually quite a nice route. So we've got the school sign or school crossing sign there, and the school's on my left hand side. Now we've got yellow zigzags to say that you can't park here because that's the entrance to the school. And on this road I could potentially see examiners pulling up on the right hand side and then reversing back 2 car lengths. May even pull over on the left there. Definitely I could see it pulling up on the right and then reversing back 2 car lengths. So I've got a turn coming up at the end of the road. And that's going on to Church Road. And just looking at it from back here, we've got the hill going in, and as we turn we've got another hill, and it's a stop junction. So this is one big thing which actually fails a lot of driving tests. Stop junction, make sure you stop. Handbrake on, into neutral, relax for a second and then proceed. If you fail to stop on a stop sign, you will fail a driving test. And it's very hard to see around this right turn here. And I'm not sure if they can get through there. I'm just going to roll back just a little bit, just to give them a little bit more space. You should have enough space now. So you can see why that is a stop junction. What I'm going to do here, before we carry out the next part of the video, I'd just like a quick shout out to our sponsor today, RouteBuddy, which supplies driving test routes for all around the country. One of the biggest issues when learning how to drive is filling those gaps and practice on roads where you may have to go on your driving test. So RouteBuddy has been designed to give you the best possible chance of learning in between driving lessons and while you're on personal practice. When you use the app, all you need to do is select your driving test centre and select the route which you'd like to practice on. RouteBuddy will give you turn-by-turn directions throughout the route. If the route has to be changed, then RouteBuddy will do it for you. If there is unexpected roadworks on roads or road closures, just turn off the route and RouteBuddy will change the route for you, getting you back on track as quick as it can. I genuinely think that if you are learning to drive and you get into test standard, RouteBuddy will help you practice in your area on roads where the examiners are likely to take you. All you need to do is select the driving test centre where you're taking your driving test, and it'll give you multiple routes for you to practice on. So if you're looking for an app which will help you with your driving lesson practice or just general driving practice, then RouteBuddy is for you. Just give a little pop on the horn, just so somebody's coming, it knows I'm coming. This is quite a difficult little road, so it's gone from saying this is a nice route to actually a route which is giving us a couple of issues there. But roads like this will actually teach a lot, because you understand what other road users are doing and what needs to be done in these tight situations. And on your driving test now, examiners are trying to get you onto roads now which are a little bit more difficult. Country lanes, national speed limit roads, dual carriageways, to see if you are able to handle situations just like that. Just going to indicate there. I don't normally indicate when I'm going around parked cars, but because of the types of roads I'm on now, I'm just giving myself just a little edge to make sure that things are safer. Now I can see there's a brow of a hill coming here, and I can see the lampposts are quite short because the hill's going to go down quite steep. So there's little indications of what's coming up in the road ahead of you. So if you can't see a whole lamppost, then obviously it's going to be steep. Just give yourself those extra little bits of information rather than just stare at the road. It does come with practice, it does come with time. But some driving instructors, if they've got advanced driving, or they're fleet trainers or audit trainers, they're more likely to give you extra little tips. So I've got some traffic lights coming up, and according to Sat Nav, I'm just going straight ahead. And this is now Tonteg. So looking at the traffic lights, there's 2 lanes of traffic lights over two lanes of traffic, and I've only got 1 set of traffic lights. So when these vehicles are going to come towards me now, that's going to be right and straight ahead. So I'm going to have a red light while those are moving forward. So I'm just going to wait now and see what happens with the traffic lights, and I can see there's a 30-mile-an-hour zone after the traffic lights. So it is what I said. Now I've got a red light while these move forward. If the lane which is coming towards me now was right turn only, the chances are the lights would have changed at the same time. So I'm assuming my lights are going to be next, which they are. So just checking my mirrors, making sure. Steep hill. And we're going to be going right at the bottom of the hill. And I can use both lanes to turn right. So I'm going to use the left lane. And again, just another set of traffic lights. Just make sure you know what's around you on approach, and just control everything. I'm going to move away, check my side mirrors again, and go straight into a left lane. Now, Sat Nav is telling me I've got to turn right on the next roundabout, so a driving instructor may advise to come down in the right lane there. So I'm going to change lanes now. Keep my signal on. The mirrors, the signals come off. single carriageway, national speed limit road. So this road now is 60 mile an hour for a car, but the heavy goods vehicle up ahead is going to have a maximum speed of about 50. So it's pointless racing towards whatever's in front of you. The heavy goods vehicle is going to be slow to accelerate, plus it's got a lower speed limit. So it's pointless trying to get right up to 60 mile an hour and then having to hit the brakes. So if that heavy goods vehicle wasn't there, I can see all these cars doing straight up to 60 mile an hour, no problem at all. Not even thinking about it. So expect, when you're down in Llantrisant doing your driving test, expect to do speeds up to 60 mile an hour to start with. Going straight ahead on the roundabouts, mirrors. Drifting in position, coming back into a 30 zone. There's no signals. Picking second gear, I'm at 27 mile an hour, just controlling with the brake. Going straight ahead. Some mirrors. Checking my mirrors again. Signals. Back into a national speed limit road. So again, the lorry's still in front of me, so it's got a maximum of 50. And as you can see, these types of roads, you've got heavy goods, you've got tractors. There's a lot of things to expect when you're in Llantrisant. I can see arrows on the floor to tell me to come back in. Now, because the arrow is directly on top of the hazard line, what follows is a solid white line, which means that you can't overtake. So it's telling you to get in before there's something dangerous up ahead. So there's always something in the road to give you a little bit of advance warning of what's coming up, which is another reason when you're doing your theory test, don't just practice questions, do the homework, because there's a lot of information out there which you're not really going to cover if you're just doing questions. Going right on the roundabouts, and mirrors, signals. I'm going to go for second gear with 20 mile an hour this time. So straight to the right. And then coming off on the next exit, some mirrors, signals. Checking my mirrors again. So we're in a 30 zone and I can see a sign up ahead saying 20. So I'm just going to bring it up to 25 and then I'm just going to ease off my gas pedal again. So I'm coming. So we're back in these residential areas now, so you're going to have a lot of speed humps. And at the end of this road, I'm going to be turning left and I'm going to be going back onto Llantrisant Road. I've got this vehicle in front, which is just reversed off the driveway, so I'm just coming off the gas, just to give him time to move out of my way. Don't want to be racing up the hill, pressing the brakes and then stopping for no reason at all. So when you're planning for things like that, just try and make it So when you actually get somewhere, you don't need to stop. Always look ahead, always plan ahead, and be aware of whatever's around you. So we're going left at the end of the road. So I'm going to do my mirrors here. I'm going to signal there because there's a vehicle coming towards me. And then I'm going to do mirrors and signals for left. This is giveaway junction. So I'm going to pick first gear on approach. A little bit of a roll. I'm going to stop because there's vehicles coming from my right. So if nothing was coming from my right then, I could have just rolled out of the junction. Unlike the stop junction earlier on, where I had to stop. And at these traffic lights, I'm going to be turning right, which is going towards better. So mirrors, I'm going to signal. And the signs are just before the traffic lights at this time for the speed. So this is now 30 mile an hour. I've got to wait for oncoming vehicles as well. So nothing coming towards us. So in we go. So again, we've got the trees overhanging. So it's going to get that strobe light effect, or the flickering effect on the windscreen. So give yourself space. Don't race up behind whatever's in front of you, because you might not see brake lights coming on if you get that flicker on the windscreen. Going back into a 20 mile an hour zone. Now if you miss that speed sign there, looking at this road, you'd assume that you're still on a 30 mile an hour road. And I'd actually be looking for speeds to go faster than 30 mile an hour. So make sure that you are taking in with these speeds change. Approaching Tynant now. That stretch of road there felt like it should have been up to around 40 mile an hour. So make sure that you are checking for speeds and where they change. So checking all around the vehicle as usual, because I need to potentially come in and out. Back in, and we've got a roundabout coming up. I'm going to be taking the third exit to the right. So I can see the roundabout sign after this little brow of the hill, and now I can see the bollard in the middle of the road. So mirrors, signals. Can't quite see to the right, so I'm going to pick first gear. Nothing coming. All the way around the roundabout. Mirrors, signals. Checking around the car again, make sure I know what's following me. And we've got a lot of vehicles here which are waiting. So I'm going to pull back in a little bit by this red car, some mirrors. Because the vehicle in front of me, the grey one, they are waiting for vehicles to come through as well. I'm just going to wait for this grey one to go through. Still check my right mirror. Left to come back in. Now I've got somebody standing in the middle of the road. So I'm just going to wait for them. Now they've crossed the road, so I waited back at the junction there. So I could clear the junction while I'm waiting for things to come through. So just coming up to 3 o'clock, and as you can see, there's a lot of school children around now. Here's my roundabout sign. I'm going to be taking the first exit to the left. So I'm going to go mirrors because I can see the bollard signal. Just going to follow the road around. Mirrors to come out. I'm going to do a gentle brake to let this Fiesta through. And then I'm going to pull back in, so left mirror to come in, right mirror to come back out. So, quite a complicated road layout here. And while you're concentrating on this, you could potentially miss the next roundabout. And we're going straight ahead. They're indicating right, so I'm going to go in, mirrors, signals, and I've got a 30 zone coming up. I'm going to check around again, pick the speed up to 25 and go for third. And we're 10 minutes away from the driving test centre now. It's about 2/3 of the way through the route. Quite a steep hill. Controlling it with a brake right at the top of the hill. Make sure that you're not exceeding the speed limit. If you exceed the speed limit, examiners can mark it down. And this is quite a steep hill. Now we're into Bryn Teg. So just as I start to come out of this hill now, I'm going to start to ease off the brake as I go onto the flat. So that I'll maintain my speed. Now I'm starting to go up a hill and round the bends, I'll give it a bit of gas just to maintain my speed. And again, these roads feel like they should be a lot faster than what they actually are. I'm doing 28. It feels like I should be doing 40 up here. Let's go back into a residential area. Got speed humps, got hills, got roadworks, got road narrowings, got parked cars, I've got vehicles coming towards me. I'm just bringing my speed back down a little bit. This is actually quite a long test route. But the roads where you're actually practicing on are very, very varied. It's nothing the same all the way through this route. Now the roads are getting narrow. And there's a bus route. Now I'm going to be taking I'm actually going to follow the road round here. So Sat Nav told me to turn there, but there wasn't actually a turn there. So it should reroute in a second. We're going to go right here. So I'm turning right because it said I should be turning right up the top. So this will bring us back onto route. And I can see on the Sat Nav now that it is actually coming back down to the road, so it should put me back onto that road in a second. There we go, so it's put us back onto the road now. And it says we're going to be going straight ahead here. So left-hand lane whenever you're going straight ahead, unless road markings tell you otherwise. So as you can see, Sat Nav sometimes gets it wrong, and you need to be aware of that. So if it gives you a direction where you can't go, or you shouldn't be going, take the safest route. It will put you back on track. So this is actually quite a busy intersection, yeah? So you probably just got to wait your time. I'm going to put the handbrake on for this one. I'm just going to sit here and relax. And just wait for my turn to go. I'm looking for traffic slowing down now. And I'm looking up ahead as well. I can see I'm going into a 20-mile-an-hour zone. Traffic's stopping over here. So I'm assuming it might let me go, but it might also let vehicles coming from the left and right to turn right first. Police coming through. It's actually letting us go now. So with the police then, as you saw, because there was a lot of traffic that went on the wrong side of the road, it's another reason why you shouldn't be just assuming that the green lights means go, because it doesn't. A green light means that you can go as long as it's safe to go. So we're going to go straight ahead here on this mini roundabout. So I'm just going to tap my indicator. This heat today is getting very uncomfortable. Straight ahead on the next roundabout. Mirrors, signals. And we've got another roundabout. We're going to go straight ahead again. So the next roundabout, we're going to be going left. Just 0.2 miles away, but I can see the signboard for the roundabout. So here's my sign. So we're going left on the roundabout. So mirrors, signal, and a sign posted Pontyclean, Bryn Sadler and Astrid Owen. It's actually a bit of a delay on the Sat Nav at the moment. Most probably because of the reroute. So we're going right at these traffic lights. There is actually a big delay on the Sat Nav. So this is some of the issues you can get with Sat Nav. There can be a delay if you've got a poor signal. So I can see there's a 20-mile-an-hour speed sign on my right hand side when I turn. But again, just wait patiently at traffic lights. So the lights are changing. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up here with the Sat Nav. And as you can see, the Sat Nav has just gone around the traffic lights now, so there is a delay, so there's a bad signal in this area. We're just going to follow this road to the next roundabout, and then we're going to be taking the first exit to the left. So biggest thing I'm taking away from today is if you are following Sat Nav and you're down in Llantrisant, just be aware that the Sat Nav might have a delay on it if it's a poor signal. Checking behind because this vehicle's turning, gentle brake. They're going to be stopping in the road. So I'm just checking round. It's going to start moving now. So it's back into Pontyclean. Here comes the roundabout, so we're going to be taking the first exit to the left. Mirrors, signals. Nothing coming from my right. Coming off my gas there, I've checked my right mirror to come round. Left to come back in. I'm waiting for this blue van, first gear. Left mirror to come back in. So what I'm doing here just to try and keep it ahead of everything now, because of the Sat Nav delay, is as soon as I see it coming around the last junction I've just come around, I'm looking up ahead, so saying 0.2 of a mile away for the next junction, which is a roundabout, and we're taking the second exit. And I can see there's a 30-mile-an-hour sign in front of me. Bit of a wide junction coming out here. So here's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, so I'm going to check around, start to pick my speed up. Roundabout ahead of us, going straight ahead, second exit. Mini roundabout, so I'm just going to tap the indicators to come off. So the Sat Nav's just hitting the roundabout now, so I need to look for my next direction. So There's another roundabout and it's saying the second exit. Second exit is straight ahead. So mirrors. Checking my right. Lorry's going to be going straight ahead, so mirrors again. Signals. And I can see on the map now I'm going to be going left on the next roundabout. So I'm not going to pick my speed up too much. So mirrors, signals. I'm just going to pick my speed up a little bit, 25 mile an hour. So Sat Nav's just gone past the last roundabout. So now it's telling me there's another roundabout coming up, second exit straight ahead. Now I can see the roundabout sign. And this is actually coming back towards the test centre now, so we're about a minute away from the driving test centre. So I'm going straight ahead, mirrors in position. Follow the roundabout around to the left. Mirrors, signals. And this is the road back to the driving test centre. So the driving test centre is going to be coming up on the left hand side. This is School Road. And the driving test centre is just down on the left. I'm going to pull in the lay-by here. Just so I'm not blocking anything off too much. So I hope that give you a little bit of an understanding of what to expect in Llantrisant. And YouTube's about to pop a video up, might interest you. If it does, give it a click and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.